Alright, we're going to continue with this. Now, what I've done is I've taken a lot away from here to try to get this head. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my smaller knife now because I'm really getting into this right here. And now that we've got our nose established, I'm going to make a line across here and a line across here. And I'm going to make that a hairline, okay? I'll come up like this. And I'm going to come kind of like this, okay? And I'm going to come up. I want to get my nose established. So now I'm cutting away for the hair. It's going to kind of cover the eyes here. And then we can kind of shape that right in there. Kind of shape that like this. And then we can kind of shape the head a little bit. Well, we make that hairline up there like that. See that? Then we can kind of come and shape that around there a little bit, okay? Well, now that's hair rather than eyes. Now you could have just done that. I decided I wanted to just go ahead and do that with the hair. I could have just done it to begin with, but I wanted to make it's such a small space, I wanted to make room for the eyes. I mean, make room for the nose. That's what I was trying to do. This is very small, so we're just kind of okay, see that? And we'll use our little V tool to kind of let me give a little bit more on this end here. Let me give a little bit more to the hair right in there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me a little bit more room in here with the bigger knife. Okay, see that? As we go around it. Now you can also do that with a V tool. I'm trying to do all this stuff with a knife to show you how you can do it with a knife, and sometimes it's easier to do it with a gouge. And as you see now, and it's kind of hard to tell when you're not, you know. Now on the little skirt, what we want to do is just draw a little thing right here on the skirt, and I'll get my knife here. What I do is I go to my smaller knives here. I go to my knives that are like 1-inch blade and stuff like that, where I can get into those areas where a larger blade I may have some issues to get in there. There we go. Just cut that out like that. Okay. Just like that. And when we use the V-tool on it, then you'll really see it a lot better as we go. And we want to come down in here and thin this up a little bit. That's why I go, I know it's hard to see, I'm sorry. That's why I go to the smaller knife, because it is a little bit harder to see. Cut the nose back just a little bit. And see that? It just gives a little bit of style. It's not supposed to be an extremely, you know, okay. Let me put my smaller knife. I'll come back to that later. Let's go ahead and bring all this down right in here so that the little girl stands out. All that in there. Take that, and there we go. We're moving a lot of wood right in there. And right in there. And that gives a little bit more depth to the little girl. Okay. And that gives more depth here. Now, when we take this, we just sort of come up here like that, see from that point. And we do the same here. Like that, okay? Where the arms are. And we come up here, we cut them, and we bring that back in there. That all has to come forward. So we come back here in the back and we start removing bunch of wood, and we come the same way here. Being very careful as we begin to work around this piece. Now these feet are going to come down a little bit more, and a lot more right here. There's this is all got to come down right here. Flip that just like that. And we're just going to cut that right there. Let's go ahead and give her just a little smile. And cut off those ends there. There we go. Have a little smile. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and continue to remove this wood in here. This is really like a little immigrant woman with her child. As we see, now these arms are a little bit big. We don't want them quite that big. They're a little bit. All right, now we got to bring this all down in here, up here where this is. I might have to go and sharpen this knife here in just a second. One more time, we're gonna I just working at times on this little piece. All right, there's a lot to this really when you get to working on it and everything like that. See, why'd you choose a piece like this? I don't know. I just choose pieces because I see something and I like it, and I say, wouldn't that be neat to carve that as a wood carving and not just a sculpture? And the sculpture is very, very plain. It is. And I like the style. I like that style of... I'm going to go sharpen my knife for a second. It won't take but a second. Strop it is what I'm saying, not necessarily sharpen it. Sometimes I'll do that. I don't usually get up and go do that, but I didn't strop it before I started carving. It was sharp enough, but I felt like, you know, that right now it was necessary to have it. Now, one of the things what we want to do is in this area right here, we want to bring the arms in right in here. So what we want to do is we want to do this, and then we want to cut from the inside like that. See? The same thing here. Kind of come around like that, and then cut from the inside to give that sort of a look like that. Okay? Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but I think it adds to the figure to have that like that. Now let's continue to take this all down in here. Because there's some reason that grain changes right there. See how that dug in? Had to go the other way because that grain changes. And we want to continue to take off in these areas. That's the shoulder areas, let's put it that way. What we have here. Okay, and then we want to take that right there and dig in a little bit closer in there, okay? That kind of gives it a, just like right in here, we want to kind of come and move some more wood in there so it looks like the arms sort of fold into. And we just want to really emphasize and get this in sort of a sway back way here by using the knife to see, as we say, just like that. Now once again, we want to bring this forward. This is all going to be brought forward. Just like that. Now, I'm trying to get this kind of rounded up here. As soon as I do, I'll show you what we're going to do up here as far as the woman is concerned. Okay. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to have a sort of like a shawl type thing come this way with the woman, in other words. Which means we bring this up, we cut this like this, and we bring the face and everything in. Okay? Just like that. And we come up and we come down on the other side. Let me come from this side, and we do the same thing here. Because this is a little immigrant woman, is what it is. I love the immigrant type wood carvings, or the sculptures, or whatever it is. They just give me. See what we're doing here? And of course this has to come continuously coming over, as we say, because this will be a somewhat like shawl that covers her head. And her head sort of fits inside this thing, as I'm doing right here. Sort of a shawl type thing. Okay, but you see where we're going with this now. I said I love these immigrant type pieces that we have here. We come to the side and we cut into there. We cut it deep. You see, this one comes here. Yeah, we want to just bring this over just a little bit. We cut that deep in there. There we go.